There are a few special characters in One Piece, and the thing is, special doesn't always relate to strength. However, you can look at Luffy and Momonosuke. They have the voice of all things, but Momonosuke, he can actually communicate with an actual island, a civilization, a moving civilization in Zou. That doesn't mean Luffy's not special. In the midst of all these special people, the Yonko truly stand out. These are the greatest pirates in the world. We don't have the full origin story for all these people. We have some, but the thing is, it's not all revealed yet, so we have to piece some things together. But today I'm going to talk about exactly why I think or how these people are special, what makes them special. So before we get to the Yonko, let's talk about the Straw Hats. What makes them special? Because within the Straw Hat crew, Luffy has managed to assemble some very special characters. So for instance, Zoro, a vice captain obviously, but one of the only few vice captains to carry himself like an actual captain. It's been commented on several times. We're not going to go through everything that makes these characters special because I think it's a long list. That's just one thing. For Sanji, a gallant knight, and has proved himself to be probably the best chef in One Piece. Nami, like I mentioned before, the best navigator in One Piece. Jinbei, one of the best helmsmen, if not the best. We saw in Whole Cake Island just how talented he is. Frankie, the best carpenter or shipwright, whatever you want to say. Usopp, one of the most innovative characters we've seen in the series. Brave warrior, too, I suppose. Nico Robin from the island of Ohara, one of the only people in the One Piece world that we know currently that can read the poneglyphs. Chopper, the best doctor, well, probably second or third because I think Law is a surgeon, and Marco acts for a doctor at Marineford. Anyway, Brook, he's a skull. Very special. There are things that make these characters special, but for the Yonko, they are truly a different breed. Now, the Yonko, for the most part, they're known for their strength. And the thing is, they have different traits and things about them that separate them, and that's why they're actually special. So that's what we're going to get into today. Initially, I didn't plan on including Luffy because I don't acknowledge him as a Yonko as yet. Probably after Whole Cake Island, or probably after Wano, because at that point, he should have defeated at least one of the Yonko. So let's start with Luffy. What makes him special? The thing is, Luffy being special, you can almost chalk it up to genetics or lineage. First off, he's a member of the D clan. His dad is Monkey D. Dragon, the Revolutionary Army leader and the world's most dangerous man, according to the world government, and his grandfather is Monkey D. Garp, probably the strongest marine ever, definitely the most accomplished. And so being a descendant of these two, I think Luffy had no choice but to be special. From a young age, his grandfather was training him to become a strong marine by throwing him to lions and bears and having him survive. He was raised amongst bandits and was not only influenced by Shanks, who was currently a Yonko, but by Portgas D. Ace, the former 2nd Division commander of Whitebeard, who was a former Yonko, the closest man to the Pirate King. I don't know if you want to include Rocks there, but you catch the drift. Sabo, the current number 2 of the Revolutionary Army. So the influence on Luffy was all there. It was destined for Luffy to be special. But Luffy's specialty and the things that separate him goes past that. Luffy has an uncanny ability to compartmentalize. What I mean is, I'm not sure if it's intentional, but Luffy, when he gets to an island, he knows he's not a hero. He knows he's not there to save anyone, but if he finds something or someone that he cares about, he will go to the end of the world to save them and to make sure that they're okay. But he knows his boundaries. He knows what he can and cannot control. For the most part, Marineford was a separate and different thing because it was so personal and so close to him, it was a bit jaded. But for Luffy, the thing that sets him apart is his tenacity, his unyielding will, and his specialty to draw people to him. Even his enemies, when they come across him, they can even acknowledge and accept the fact that Luffy is special and he has an uncanny ability to draw people to him. Doflamingo said it, Mihawk said it, and others have mentioned this time and time again. Of course, his presence is not as intimidating as Zoro, but the more you get to know him, the more you get to understand that unorthodox charisma, where him being goofy and just being himself is captivating. It's a lot more that we could talk about with Luffy, but today we're talking about the Yonko, the true Yonko. So Luffy stands, don't take that as disrespect. He's almost there, but not there yet. Well, I'm not even sure if he's almost there. But anyway, the Yonko. Let's start with Blackbeard. What makes him special? For him, I think his calculated decisions is what sets him apart initially, and mystery. For Blackbeard, we know he was the one to scar Shanks pre-time skip, pre-Devil Fruit, and having the persistence or perseverance to stay on Whitebeard's ship for decades, searching for a particular Devil Fruit, that's pretty amazing. And the fact that he also had access to a Devil Fruit book to know exactly what Devil Fruit to look for and the abilities it had, Blackbeard is a special character in numerous ways. Marco even acknowledged that Blackbeard, if there was anybody that could eat 2 Devil Fruits, it would be him because his body is just different. That's why it goes back to mystery, because again, having 2 devil fruits now in the Yami Yami no Mi and Whitebeard's Guru Guru no Mi, and also having insane durability in which he can take a lot of damage, and even with the Yami Yami no Mi, which it's insane because no one really discusses this. Not just anyone can have that devil fruit because of the drawback it has. It's really overpowered, but it has an insane drawback to double the pain that you get. Blackbeard takes that pain and he comes back even stronger, it seems like. So Blackbeard is obviously a special character, and his meteoric rise is an indication of that. Now to Shanks. I think out of all the current Yonko, or even including Whitebeard, he's the most normal and the one that's hardest to understand, but I think a recent chapter provided some more context as to why Shanks could be viewed as special. Now, I don't mean to take away from Shanks at all, because I think his hockey is on another level, but we're not sure exactly how he went from cabin boy on the Pirate King's crew to becoming one of the strongest pirates in One Piece. Currently though, what I think makes Shanks special is not only his heart, what I mean is him as a person and his values and ideals, because that's not exactly fleshed out yet. We know from what we've seen, he's a good person, an overall genuinely good guy. I mean, if you don't want to admit that, you can go back to when Ace approached him. Ace was an enemy pirate. He was a young supernova coming up, or a young super rookie coming up, and he welcomed him with open arms once he learned that he was Luffy's brother. And Shanks has also done some noble things, like stopping Kaito from going to attack Whitebeard, warning the world government of a possible pirate. Some people don't look at that as noble because of his occupation as a pirate, but it seems like Shanks as a person and his values, it trumps what he does or what he represents in the pirate world. Even taking care of the burial of Ace and Whitebeard, ending the war at Marineford. So ultimately what makes Shanks special is his heart, because I honestly would like to see how Shanks went from where he was, because we see where Buggy is now, to one of the strongest pirates in One Piece. And we know he had duels with the world's strongest, or the current world's strongest swordsman, and that seems to be a thing when you're associated with great people like iron sharpens iron, like Blackbeard being on Whitebeard's crew, being around the strong commanders of Whitebeard, and being around Whitebeard himself. I'm sure that helped with his growth and ascension. Shanks being around Gold Roger and Rayleigh, and again his duels with Mihawk, all these contributed to him being a great pirate now. So that could be a thing in One Piece. You're great by association. Of course, that's not the only thing. I don't want to say that's the reason why these characters are special, but I think by being around some of these great people, I'm sure it helped. And someone that's not included on this list, but we can acknowledge is special as well, as Sabo. Being around Dragon for so long, I'm sure it helped with his growth. But anyway, to Big Mom. What makes Big Mom special? Big Mom, we have some context in regards to her. From when she was a kid, she's a freak of nature. Because from when she was a kid, Big Mom was able to take out a giant village, 5 years old, by herself. So putting that into context, Big Mom was always special. She was born special. And then acquiring her devil fruit and getting soul powers, that added to her monstrous strength and her overwhelming defense. But it's interesting because that's not the only thing that makes Big Mom special. Outside of all that, her devil fruit, her insane strength, her vitality, Big Mom and her ability to create children, that's uncanny. Big Mom has so many kids, and she's been having kids ever since she was 18 years old. And Big Mom essentially created an empire through her children. Based on that information, we assume, because Katakuri, he was born on a ship, we assume for Big Mom, the only reason she joined Rocks was to gain, I guess, some protection while she was pregnant and building her own empire. But from that, she went and she created a whole territory, Whole Cake Island. She has her own thing, but this is from the ground up. She created all of this herself, literally through her kids. That's pretty damn special. So for Big Mom, in the midst of monsters, a true anomaly. Finally, to Kaito. I think he's the one we know the least about because he's viewed as a creature. That's how Big Mom classifies him. That's how he's classified in One Piece, a thing, not a human. We don't know exactly what devil fruit he's eaten yet. We don't know his origin story. We don't know the reason for his insane strength, his morals, his motives, none of it. But for Kaito, what we do know is that he's indomitable. He is insanely powerful. He's craving war. In some ways, he's craving death. What makes Kaito special right now, from what we know, is his durability. From jumping off Sky Island and landing and just having a slight headache. Of course, people mention other characters that could do it, but theirs is more so due to their devil fruit ability or just how they're made up. With Kaito, it seems like he didn't protect himself, didn't do anything, and he fell, he wanted to die, and it didn't affect him. That's insane. We saw his fight versus Luffy, in which Luffy pulled out his best stuff, his most powerful attacks, and Kaito wasn't phased at all, and Kaito essentially one-shot somebody that had just learned Future Sight and had just went through 11 hours with a top-tier commander. Obviously, he's on another level. So, in a nutshell, and then going back as well to association and how that helps growth, being a part of the Rocks Pirates, including Whitebeard, Rocks, Big Mom, Shiki, Captain John, I don't know. I think all this added to the growth of Big Mom and Kaito as well, because back then they weren't what they are now. So for Big Mom, Kaito, and Whitebeard, I think being a part of that group added to their strength. But to wrap this all up, the Yonko, they're all different. You can argue that Big Mom and Kaito, they have some of the same things, insane durability, insane strength. But Kaito seems to be more physical than Big Mom because she's aided by her devil fruit power. But it seems like they've all ascended in different ways. Kaito wants a great army and he's built it up by using smile devil fruits. With Big Mom, of course, her children, with Shanks, him having a strong core around him, probably the strongest commanders in One Piece. That was actually stated. Not that they're the strongest in One Piece, but it was implied because they were the only ones mentioned when the Yonkos are being acknowledged. And Blackbeard, through his cunning and just planning. For the Yonko in general, you have to be special to get to that level, to get to that tier. And the Yonko, of course, through sheer will and determination, have gotten to the peak of the pirate world. But give me your thoughts, guys. What do you think make the Yonko special? Or do you think there are other characters that you view as special that I didn't mention today? Maybe one day I'll make a video on other characters and what makes them special. But for right now, it's the Yonko. Leave your thoughts on why you think they're special. Like the video if you did. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Instagram at B.D.A. Follow me on Twitter at B.D.A. Thank you so much to my patrons. I appreciate the support so much. Again, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.